Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate how to create the single dimensional arrays in Java using shortcut representation. So let's get started. Till now, I created the arrays using the normal representation. Okay. Whenever I wanted to create an array, I created like this integer array AR is equal to new int of the size of the array. This is how I created the array so far. But there is another way of creating the arrays. That is shortcut representation. So how to create the arrays, that is single dimensional arrays in Java using the shortcut representation? For that, you have to create like this. The declaration part will be same. Okay. The declaration part of the array will be same, but the object creation part will be different. So here after is equal to, you have to give the curly braces. Okay. In that you can directly specify the elements of the array. Let's say 9, comma 5, comma 3, comma 1, comma 7, comma 4, comma 2, comma 6. Like this, any number of elements you can store into this array. So all these elements will be stored into this particular array. So this is what is called as a shortcut representation of the array. This is a normal representation of the array. Normal representation of array, that is a single dimensional array. So the first one is a normal representation of the single dimensional array, whereas the second one is a shortcut representation. Shortcut representation of single dimensional array. So this is a shortcut representation of the single dimensional array. We have to create the single dimensional array using shortcut representation like this. We have to use the curly braces. In between the curly braces, you have to provide all the elements of the array separated by comma. And this one you are going to assign it to the array. Okay, the declared part of the array. Left side, the declaration part is same. But on the right side, in the normal representation, you are creating an object using the new keyword and specifying the size of the array. But in case of shortcut representation, no need to specially use new keyword for creating the object. Here directly you provide the curly braces starting and ending and provide the elements of the array separated by comma. That's it. This is what is called as a shortcut representation of the array. Okay, this is what is called as a shortcut representation of the array. Fine. So what is the advantage of using this shortcut representation of the single dimensional array or arrays? I'm going to show you right away. So for that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE. Here in the previous session, we created the array using the normal representation and we have initialized all the elements of this array. If there are 6 elements, I need to write this extra 6 lines, right? And I am here using the for each loop to access all the elements of the array. Okay, this is a program from the previous session. Fine. Now, instead of creating the array using the normal representation, instead of creating the single dimensional array using the normal representation like this and initializing like this, I can reduce the 6 lines if I create the array. That is, if I create the single dimensional array using shortcut representation, I can reduce all these 6 lines. I don't have to write like this anymore. Okay, let me show you. I'll remove this part before the semicolon, whatever the object creation part is there using new code, that a new keyword, that is that part I have removed, and here I am simply providing the opening and closing curly braces. Now the first element of the array is 9, right? Put it here, comma. The second element of the array 5, put it here. Third element of the array 3, after comma you put it. Fourth element of the array, after comma you paste it. Fifth element of the array, after comma you provide it. Sixth element of the array, after comma you provide it. Okay, now you don't have to write these statements. You see, in the in the array creation statement itself, in the single dimensional array creation statement itself, you are initializing the elements of the array. You don't have to write separate lines. The first element of the array 9 is getting stored at the index 0 automatically, guys. 9 is getting stored at the index 0, 5 is getting stored at the index 1, 3 is, okay, 3 because of its position 0, 1, 2 at the index 2, 3 at the index 2, 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, third index, 1, fourth index, and 2, fifth index. So you don't have to write this statement. You see how simple the program has become now. Okay, using the shortcut representation of the array, I don't have to initialize the elements of the array separately. In the array creation itself, we are going to initialize. You see here itself, you are going to declare, in the single statement, you are going to declare, create and initialize also. Okay, just in single line, you are able to declare the array, create the array and initialize the elements of the array also. Now run this code and see whether it is working fine or not. You see all the elements of the array should be printed because of this for each loop. So here are all the elements of the array, iterating for each and every element of the array. For each and every element of the array, we are iterating this for each loop, and because of which 953712 got printed. You can also use a traditional for loop also, guys. In place of this for each loop, you can also use a traditional for loop also. How? For int I is equal to 0, index 0, 9 is at the index 0, I less than number of elements of this array. How many elements of this array are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements are there. I less than 6. Semicolon I plus plus. Now here system.out.println, system.out.println, AR of I. Okay, AR of I have to write. Okay. So in the first iteration, index value will be 0. So AR of 0. You already know this logic, right? You already know this logic, right? AR of 0. At the index 0, 9 is there. So 9 will be printed. I plus plus. I will become 1. 1 less than 6, true. AR of 1. At the index 1, 5 is there. 5 will be printed. 2, it will become 2. 2 less than 6, true. AR of 2. At the index 2, 3 is there. 3 will be printed. Okay. I will become 3. 3 less than 6, true. AR of 3. At the index 3, we have 7. 7 will be printed. I will become 4. 4 less than 6, true. AR of 4. At the index 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is there, 1 will be printed. I will become 5. 5 less than 6. AR of 5. At the index 5, 2 is there, 2 will be printed. I will become 6. 6 less than 6 is false. Will come out of the traditional for loop. So run this code. Done. You see, you are getting the all the elements of the array are getting printed. You can also use the for each loop also for int e colon ar system.out.println e. Both will give you the same output, guys. Okay, both will give you the same output. System.out.println. I'll just write a separated line so that you can see the output of this traditional for loop, output of this for each loop also at the same place. The same elements will be printed again and again. Okay. Using traditional for loop, same elements of the array got printed. Using the for each loop also, same elements of the array got printed. And in this example, we are using the shortcut representation of the single dimensional array. So using the shortcut as a representation of the single dimensional array, we are able to declare the array, create the single dimensional array, and initialize the elements of the single dimensional array in a single line. Okay, we don't need to write separate lines for initializing the elements of the array. So that's what is the benefit of the shortcut representation of the array. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.